Welcome back to another episode. Today's topic is personal finance, but with a little bit of a spin. So, personal finance, how do you actually know if you're good or bad with money? You might actually be predisposed to be good or bad with money. And this is actually tied into your parenting type. So regardless of whether you have kids or not, how you actually parent is a reflection on how you actually manage money. So if how you do anything is how you do everything, then how you manage kids as a parent's point of view is also how you manage other resources such as money. So in the particular case, if you want to see if you're going to be good or bad with money, authoritarian, they have strong rules, and you need to have rules in order to be able to manage something well. And they need to be rules that you decide on. And so authoritarian is going to be very, very tight and well-versed with their money. They're going to know exactly what's going on with it. And to a certain degree, authoritative is actually going to do the same thing because they still have rules. Even though there's more flexibility, they still have rules. So for these two main types, they're actually going to do a very good job with you and your money. So if you're in one of those two types of parenting styles, kudos to you because you probably already have your money under control. But if you're on the permissive side, where again you don't like confrontation, or if you're on the neglectful, uninvolved side, money's not something you're even focused on unless it creates a problem. And the reason for that is you don't really have rules or a system in place to address or deal with it before it actually creates a problem for you. So unfortunately, if you're either permissive under that main type or neglectful or uninvolved, there's going to be some issues with you there. And the biggest piece with that is you might have to get coaching, some training to just get a better idea of how are certain situations when it involves money going to require something different from you. All right. Now, as far as the subtypes, again, the main types kind of speak for themselves. The subtypes might speak to some other pieces. But if you are a tiger, a snowplow, a helicopter, or an elephant, dolphin, you're pretty much in that same umbrella of you know what's going on in a situation. You're able to manage things in a way where it's not going to get away from you because you have a close enough eye on it. But in attachment and in free range, you are going to have some challenges. With attachment, you're going to feel so strong about certain relationships that you have that you're willing to sacrifice a lot more than maybe you should. And that can be a problem because, again, if you're working to invest within your kids and they're the most important things to you, you're going to sacrifice so much more than it may actually be good for you to do. So that can put you between a rock and a hard place. And then if you're on the free range side, the kids are so far out that if anything did happen, you wouldn't know until you got the news of what happened. And so those are kind of two extremes that don't work the best when it comes to, again, the challenges with money, because you're either going to over-sacrifice or you're not even going to know what you can sacrifice because you're not even within proximity. It's an issue of sacrifice and proximity. So those can definitely be challenges for sure. But wanted to go through each of those various categories so you had a better sense of how this all actually works. But it's very, very telling based on how you would actually parent, how your family would actually grow, right? So if the whole idea is that if your family is your money, how does your family operate? How does it grow? And based on your parenting style, you may have a very small family. You might be able to manage a much larger family, but it's really going to be contingent on how you actually operate and your ability to change as the size of your family changes. So wanted to make sure I explained that to you. I hope you get a better sense of how there's actually closer parallels than it may have actually seen before. Because who ever thought your parenting style actually dictates how good or bad you are with money? That says a lot. So again, I hope you appreciate this investigation, the research that has been done within this topic, because usually there's this talk about money, but there's not really as much talk about how you feel about money or how money makes you feel. And so if you get a better sense of what you actually have going on inside and how that affects what's going on outside, you can make better decisions. So I know I had fun going through this exercise. I put some of my family in various categories to kind of see where they would operate. And honestly, just looking at the parenting style, that was interesting in and of itself. But actually seeing the impact of how that actually ties in with money is even bigger, it's even greater. So I'm curious, why don't you tell me sort of where you actually fall with on the spectrum? I know looking at myself, I felt authoritative just for the fact that I love explaining things and making sure people actually get it. And then as far as the type of parent, I would probably put myself as an elephant or a dolphin just for the fact that I love guiding my kids, but I believe they have to struggle. They have to struggle. And with that, I'm going to be treating money the exact same way. So I hope you appreciate this talk. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. And I appreciate you tuning in. And hopefully I'll catch you on the next episode. All right. Bye.